Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Barnagatti, and welcome back, folks, one and all, to iLLusion of Gaia. In the last episode, well, we kind of, went over some things and whatnot, and a brief little history about what's going on here. So, as you already know, if you haven't been paying attention, Avion is on hold for now. I intend to get some more phones, at least for the time being, because I hate to do it, but the computer I have just isn't up to my standards. I mean, if they could ever fix it to where emulation actually functions right, I would absolutely be happy to use it, because I prefer that for everything, because that way I don't have to use a bunch of different things. I mean, it's kind of bad enough I already have to switch out discs and stuff when it comes to PlayStation or PS2, and I actually have PS2. I've got Xbox. I used to have a white console of 360 until I had the Ring of Death, as they call it. So, and I had to get rid of it eventually. Probably should have kept the hard drive, but it didn't really matter. It was gone anyway. So I got rid of it eventually. I've got like a slew of games. I've got only I had quite a few of them. I own them, but I don't know what the hell happened to them. Either they got lost during travel or something, but I did have quite a few Super Nintendo games. I had more than that in the past. But the ones I have are my favorite ones from my childhood for the Super Nintendo. And I've also seemed to have lost my Super Nintendo, so I don't know what the hell happened to it, but I don't really care. I actually got one from thanks to a friend. The first Super Nintendo I actually owned was one that was given to me as a gift. And another one that was given to me as a gift after that was regular Nintendo. See, I didn't start out with regular Nintendo as far as owning goes, but I have played them. I even played Sega Genesis, never really owned one until a certain point. I even owned games and stuff. I've even played them, but I didn't actually own it originally many months ago, believe it or not. It's like the game of Avion. When it first came out, when they had, like, free versions and stuff, that's all I could get, because that's all I could afford, and because it was free at the time. So, I love Avion to death, but the only thing I don't love or care for, and that's one thing you'll never, ever, ever catch me doing, is saying, ooh, somebody's in love. Maybe I let children and older men get it on. Come on, man. That's not the kind of show we're putting on here. Okay? I mean, I don't know why they even bothered to do that, because in the original game, you didn't do that. I mean, there was kind of a point where they kind of made it where, in the storyline, that she kind of does marry off to somebody, and it's just kind of crazy, and it's not her boyfriend from before. I'm just like, okay, yeah, one thing, you're too young, but I understand, okay? You want to go out and dates and stuff, that's fine. I'm not trying to judge and say they can't do it. I'm just saying that they're too young. Because, really, love is a complicated thing. And you have to be more prepared than just be like, well, I'm just a kid. I don't know that I'm supposed to go out and have dates and have to spend money. You actually have to spend money to make the thing last. Or unless you're actually growing up in a village, which I don't have. I've never had that, where I can just date a girl at any freaking time. That I didn't have to worry about, picking up flowers or buying it from a shop. I never had to deal with that in my entire life. I actually either had to not deal with it or not deal with it. That's my only options I ever had. I've never had a woman. I was told that I was a kid. Or when I was really, really young, there was somebody actually kissed me. I don't remember them at all. The one I do remember became a lesbian. Now that's not a bad thing. Before you actually even bother to say, well, you're judging. No, you're the one who's judging, because you're judging me. Now hush. Let me finish. Anyway, she caught me off guard in the locker room twice at school. And yes, I'm 39 years old at this point, but that's neither here nor there. I was born in 1983, So that's a long time. I admit that I was not around when games first came out. I think they were like what they're like. I want to say 1980 something. Um, Actually, probably a little bit longer than that. Like if you consider like the arcades, but the actual consoles and the games for them and everything came out a little bit later. So anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna keep this a short video because otherwise I don't know how long it's gonna take before I can get it uploaded. I don't want to take it too long because if I try to upload it on this internet, it sucks. I mean, I actually have see the thing is about my internet, it's pretty good for considering what I actually watch. It's the same thing up there, except that the difference is that the upload speeds suck here. Now, I'm not going to sit here and try to spend money to upgrade it because it's going to cost me $100. I can't afford that a month. I have a limited budget. I'm not going to tell you how much I actually have. I will never say that by how much I get. I only tell that to people who I actually hook closely confident to that I know over many, and I mean it takes many years before I finally spill my guts. The only thing I don't do is I don't tell my social security number, my passwords, nothing like that. Although I did tell her a temporary password because she was helping me out with a game. Because, yeah, I changed it to that. And that's the best way to have the good security is to change your password. And then, to a temporary one, and then change it back to the permanent one. Because most sites actually still do that, but there are other sites that say, like email now, you can't have the same password, which is stupid. And I still think it's really stupid that they want you to register to a device. That's just crazy. It's bad enough that we have to register to emails, which half the damn time you might actually lose access to. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next episode. Until then, later.